Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel. How's everybody been since the last time I saw you? Okay, stop, please. Let me talk. It's my turn. Not a lot has happened this last week. Well, something big has happened, but we'll get to that later. Yeah, my life is fairly boring for the most part. That's about it. I'm hoping this video will be a little bit smaller than what it was last week because I don't have a lot to show today. I do have some stuff to talk about, but not a lot to show. So let's get into it. First off, my video from last week. If you haven't watched my new Stitch With Me channel, or video, go check it out. I had to delete and re-upload my video from last week. And let me tell you why. If you had noticed, my phone ran out of storage while I was recording. It was right at the very end, so I had to re-record, or not re-record, but I had to record a smaller part and just tack it on the end. Okay, that involved editing the video, which I didn't want to do. So, because if you know me by now, don't like the sound of my voice. So, I muted my computer and just opened the video editor that's on Windows 10 now and just spliced it together. Everything seemed great. Upload it to YouTube, and then I go take a nap. I wake up about an hour later, check my phone, and have a bunch of emails of people commenting on my video, and I'm like, ooh, cool, people are liking it. All of them say, we can't hear you, the music is too loud. I'm thinking to myself, what the I didn't put any music in my video. What are you talking about? So that means I actually had to watch the video with the sound on. And I'll be damned if there wasn't music on there that I did not put on there. Well, it turns out this video editor program, when you first use it, because I used it a second time and then it asked me, but the first time you use it, it does not tell you that it's going to automatically put music on your videos. So I had no idea. Had no idea. But then subsequent uses of it, it asks, it just tells you start new video with music, all this stuff. It did not do that the first time I used it. So I had to delete it and re-upload it. And then I found out later, there was a filter on my video that I also didn't put there. I didn't find that out until like 2 days ago when, I don't know, I was just looking through some stuff and I noticed that like the video looked hazier than what I remember it being. Yeah, there was a filter on it. So we're gonna try to avoid doing that anymore. Luckily, I've freed up some space on my phone. So let's not run out of storage today. And hopefully we won't, because I plan this to be shorter, kind of. Okay, so let's just start out small here. What have I been listening to? Everything. I've been listening to a lot of Heart. If you know me at all, they're my second favorite band. Only beaten out by Rush. It's nice marathoning your favorite musicians, because my favorite musicians, I don't really listen to them a whole lot. I like discovering new people, and I just marathoned all of their albums in a span of like 3 days, just because I miss listening to them. There's been a song that's been stuck in my head. It was not when I first heard it, but a couple of weeks ago it was stuck in my head, then it went away, and then it's been stuck in my head all day. Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel. I mean, That shit's catchy as hell. So that's what I've been listening to. Ooh, other news in music world. Aretha Franklin passed away yesterday. Which is a shock, kind of. I know she's had health problems for a while. But then there was that news report a couple of days ago saying that she was gravely ill, and I'm like, oh, I knew she was sick, but this is kind of shocking. And then, yes, she passed away yesterday. Just an incredible. There's never, no matter how good of a singer you're going to find, you're never going to find someone who's even close to Aretha Franklin. It's just, you're not. My favorite song by her, and it's not, it's kind of one of her better known songs, but not the one you'll instantly think of. Who's Zooming Who? That song, that's a bop, man. That I was putting that song on repeat when I only first heard it 4 months ago. I was riding with one of my friends, and she put on an 80s station on Sirius XM, and that song came up, and I'm like, ooh, this is different. And I think that's why I like it. It's different than most of her other, what she's known for, the soul music. That's just straight up R&B and hip-hop right there. So rest in peace, Aretha. We'll miss you. I've been listening to you nonstop past 24 hours. You'll be missed. Moment of silence, please. Okay. Moving on. I've got some shout-outs to do. Not a whole lot, but some. And the first, I put out a challenge last week for people to pronounce my last name. And these are just the ones that I've seen do it. I mean, if you have pronounced my last name within the last week, and I don't mention your name, let me know so I can go watch your video. Okay. So first one, Sarah Griner. Congratulations. Next one, Ruby Ratbag Stitches. Karen and Carrie. Carrie's the one that said my last name. So congratulations. Ooh, by the way, your sibling, her name is Rhiannon. Karen, did you name her after the Fleetwood Mac song? We might need to be best friends ever now. I like Fleetwood Mac. Okay. And now this next one, she actually said my last name correctly before I put out the challenge, and I think I mentioned that last week too, but I just want to mention her again. Amy Welshgold Stitches. Good job, yo. Okay. So there was only 3. I'm sure there was more. I don't know. Tell me if you did say it. Next, I know I shouted this one out last week, but I have to do it again because she made things so effortless and painless. Trisha at 3 Hour Threads. I have a problem with when I see a chart that I really like, even if I don't plan on stitching it right away. I need everything for it. Now this chart calls for 30 some odd Gentle Art sampler threads. I did not want to do the conversion. But those threads are like $2.50 per skein. So I was talking with Garrett Coffee Stitcher, and he's like, hey, have you tried asking Trisha? She'll get you a discount on them. I'm like, no, I haven't, but I'll try it now. Became a group of her Facebook, or became a member of her Facebook group. Messaged her, I'm like, hey, Trisha, I'm doing And They Send. I was told you can maybe give me a discount on some of these threads here. And she said, yes, for group members, I do give a discount. And she just, within like 2 minutes, like, here's the price, here's how many threads you need, and you're set. I'm like, oh my god, this was so painless. I don't need to be spending money right now, but you know what? Let's do it. Not that I expected her to be anything less than amazing, but I just seem to be having luck with getting things a lot easier and sooner than I expected. Hashtag Maidens of the Seasons, parts 1 and 2. And, okay, now, I'll just take it out of my drawer. It's very long, it's very thin. I didn't know I was ever gonna, and I'm also one of those people that's a stickler for doing all of the called for stuff. So this used 35 count linen, not like, you know, 36 or 32, something, it had to be something in between. 35. So I'm like, where the hell am I gonna find like a custom cut 35 count linen? I found it. Cecilia's Samplers. They do custom cut fabric, and I got it at a better price than I thought it was going to. So if you're looking for a custom cut of anything, go to them. I'll link them below. They'll even get, I'm pretty sure they do hand dyes, if I remember correctly. Excuse me. Hold on. Okay, excuse me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do hand dyed. It might take a little bit longer, because I think they'll be able to get like Picture This Plus stuff, but in custom, rather than just getting like a fat half or a fat quarter or one of those things. So yeah, go check them out. And if you do need a custom cut, there's a little form that you fill out saying, hey, I want it in this dimension, this much height, this much wide, what's the price? And then they'll give you an estimate. Very painless. I mean, I'm having great luck. Not having great luck with having money in my pocket, but I'm still spending it. So, ooh, and speaking of custom cut fabric, I just need to give a quick shout out to Leslie at Under the Sea Fabrics for being so amazing and working with me so I can get a custom cut piece of fabric for Fairy Moon, because her stitch area is just odd. It's square, but it's like there's no room for border. So I'm not going to buy like a fat half just to cut off most of it. So thank you, Leslie, for working with me on that. Finally. Wait, finally? Oh, no, I have a viewer. I need to shout out because I got very excited when I saw your comment on my video. Karen Keel, you mentioned that your favorite album was Straight Between the Eyes by Rainbow. I freaked the fuck out because out of all the people that I didn't expect to be mentioned, or bands or whatever that I did not expect anybody to mention Rainbow. I love Rainbow. I love their first incarnation with Ronnie James Dio better because it's Dio. Ronnie James Dio is my favorite, like, heavy metal singer. So I got very excited. I couldn't wait to comment on your video. And then finally, if y'all remember that I did a giveaway last week for Mr. Wolfie here, because I ain't stitching this. The winner for this is Cheryl McKinney, Tranquil Stitches. I emailed you already, and you emailed me back already. Once again, painless. Love it. I'll try to get this out to you as soon as I can. I have nothing for it. I'm going to go out and get it. I'll let you know when I ship it out. I won't forget you, but if it doesn't ship in the next week, I just haven't gotten to it yet. I'll try to get it. I'm really bad at stuff. This is my first giveaway. I need some slack here. Okay. Alright, how are we doing? Almost 15 minutes. Good. Okay. Alright. Okay. No haul this week. There should be haul this week. There's not, and let me tell you why. For some reason, PayPal will not change my shipping address, even when I go in and physically change everything. I bought, I think, 4 or 5 things on Stash Unload, last week, and just, you gotta pay all that stuff through PayPal. Cool. I thought I had changed it. And I thought I had changed it many times when I was buying stuff from people. The first time I bought from Under the Sea Fabrics, swore to God I had my address changed. Nope. So it shipped home, not at my old address, not at my apartment, like home, where I lived when I was in high school. So that's where all this stuff went, was to my home. Even though I went in and physically changed and saved and put as primary address multiple times. Yeah. So I think now when I just buy from people, I'm just being like, hey, don't pay attention to that address, send it to this one. Because is it even going to change by this point? No, probably not. So yeah, it was just a bunch of little pamphlets, but I wanted them, and I wanted to show you, but I can't, because they ain't here. Okay, whips. I've got whips. They're over there. Let me pause real quick. Okay, I'm back. I was hoping not to have to do this. I didn't think things through. It's life. So now this means I gotta actually edit again. Okay. My first whip is my Heaven and Earth design, which I've never shown you guys the actual, like, full thing. Are you gonna be able to see it? That's what it's gonna look like when it's done in like 8-10 years. It's Dragon Pieta by who now? Artwork by Jan Patrick Krasny. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, isn't it pretty? And let's see here. Show you how far I got. I just got one block done. And then I'm working on this one now. Worked on this on my Stitch With Me video. I'll probably be working on this for the most part on my Stitch With Me. It's just because it's more interesting to look at. And then I had a new start. Where'd it go? Oh, Jesus, hold on. Didn't even bring it over. Okay. Now I had a finish, so I was looking for something to start to keep me occupied while I'm waiting for my fabric from Picture This Plus for my Athena Mirabilia, which my fabric has shipped, so hopefully it'll be here soon. So I started Jesus with animals. It's a Jan Len kit, and here's how far I got. I got his robe going, and you can see the outline of the baby calf he's holding. So yeah, I'll tell you, and this is done on 14 count Aida. I don't know if any of you had worked on linen for nearly 3 months and then just decided to go back to basics for the next thing you started, and it was on 14 count Aida. It's a weird type of whiplash. I was like, ooh, this is fun, because it's so different. As someone who's not used to stitching on linen, and then finally getting used to it, and that being the only thing you see for nearly 3 months, it's weird going back to Aida. So, yeah. So, new start, whip, it's all fun. But you know what this means now? If I have a new start, that means I finished something. Oh yeah. Isn't she fucking gorgeous? Y'all, I finished her. Started her on May 28th. Finished her on August 13th. I'm never going to stitch on just one thing again. Because I've been itching to work on some of my other stuff, and she's all I've worked on for 2.5 months. But yep, she's all done. This was stitched on 32 count natural linen. 2/2. She was a lot of firsts for me. She was my first Mira, my first thing stitched on linen, the first time I've ever done skin 1/1. She was a lot of fun to work on. I'm gonna miss working on her. However, I do want to revisit her someday, but not stitching that. Now, if you heard me a little bit ago saying that I don't do conversion, I have to do the called fors because I don't know, I feel like I'm cheating. Well, now that I've actually completed her, I want to revisit her sometime down the road using my own conversions. I think it'd be fun. I don't know when that's going to be. It's not going to be anytime soon. Because I got other shit I need to stitch. But, yeah. I wanted to do a live stream when I got down to, like, the last few stitches. However, it was 1:30 in the morning where I am. And I didn't know if anybody was going to be up. So, she was my second finish of the year. And I don't know, do you ever get to finish something and you're just like, oh, it's done now? That's how I felt. It was just, you know, I just felt kind of like this, like kind of flatline. Like I was excited to be finished with her, but it's like, she's done now. I'm not gonna work on her again. So, I don't know. It was a weird feeling. But, to celebrate, and I'm breaking one of my rules, but that's okay. It's 11 o'clock. McKenna did this when she finished Virtue, so it's only proper that I do the same thing. Don't buy this vodka, it sucks. So, ooh. That's gonna feel good later. Oh, heavens to Betsy. Ooh. Okay. What are we doing? Oh, I started a new clip, so I don't even know what that... I think we're at 20 minutes or something. So yeah. This was kind of a boring one. I can show you Rose of Sharon again if you want. No. I knew this wasn't going to be as exciting enough a floss tube video, because I don't have a lot to talk about. And now that I've started Stitch With Me videos, I feel like I need to... all the stuff I want to say should be done on those, but it is what it is. If you guys don't already know, I plan on starting Athena, Goddess of Wisdom by Mirabilia next. Just waiting for the fabric to show up. It shipped yesterday, so hopefully it'll be here by next week, because I've got everything for it, and I wanted to start it when I got all that stuff. So, hopefully that'll show up soon. Now, if you guys want to tune out of the video here, I'll be okay with that, because the next thing I want to talk about is my business, so it's nothing cross-stitch related. So, if you guys want to peace out, say no to acid, and I'll see you in the next video. But if you want to stick around, just because, I don't know, I just want to talk about this a little bit. Okay, are all the people that left gone now? Okay. So for those of you that have been watching my videos for any length of time, I have my own editing business. And I also hate the job that I'm working at. Now, unfortunately, my editing business is not bringing enough income in for me to justify quitting my job, even though I want to. Because that job Yeah, we'll save all those stories for Stitch with Me's. So Danielle, you'll be happy to know that the next time I do a Stitch with Me, or maybe not the next time, but afterwards, I'll talk about my job and why I hate it so much. Okay. So what is my business? My business is, I'm an editor. I went to school for English and psychology. I was the copy editor of a newspaper for 2 years. I worked closely with all of my English professors. I was teacher's assistants for a while. I've been around the block. I've always, when I started college, I wanted to go for psychology. But I needed something to fall back on just in case I didn't like it. So I took up an English double major. I found that I loved doing everything for my English major more than my psych major. I love to read. I love to write. I mean, I always wanted to be a writer, but I have this like fear of completion. That doesn't sound dirty, does it? Okay, good. But I fear my own work. The moment I think something isn't good enough, I stop working on it. But then I got to be a copy editor at a newspaper for a while. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be an editor because I love reading. And I'll tell you what, I love critiquing people in a positive, constructive criticism way. But like, whenever I would help out with classmates or whatever on their paper, I mean, their paper would just be nothing but pen marks. Because it's like, no, you need to do this here, here, there. So a seed was planted that I wanted to be an editor, but under my own terms. And then finally, a couple months ago, is when I was able to launch my own editing business. And now the original intent was to just be a manuscript editor. However, I have so much knowledge in other, styles of writing and whatnot that I figured, okay, let's start out wide. I've already helped someone write their memoir. I have transcribed a lot of interviews for reporters for them because they didn't want to do it. So I'm like, whatever. I also rehashed someone's entire website. So what I'm trying to, I guess, promote myself a little bit here. In that, if you need anything edited, and it just doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be a manuscript. If you're sitting on a manuscript, cool. But if you have like a short story you wrote, or if you've got a website that you think needs some cleaning up, or if you wrote a blog post or an article, and you're like, hey, I need some touching up here. Or if you know somebody who wrote something, but they want it edited. Every video I link below my business website. And I see people visiting my website. I have people contact me every once in a while, but they never follow through. But if you know anybody, or if you even have just a little blurb or something you want edited, I'll do it for you. I mean, I'll tell you what, if you even heard about this through this video, I'll give you a discount. Just say, hey, I watched your YouTube video and I just have this short little thing that I want touched up. I'll give you a discount. School is starting up. I'm putting an ad at the UNI, the University of Northern Iowa's campus newspaper, offering discounts for all students. So if you yourself are a student, or you have children in college, they get a discount. Um, so this is kind of like a shameless plug for my business. Um, but I'm feel like I'm in a community that would understand or will help me out a little bit. I, um, just because the job I'm at just does not. I mean, I want to quit every time I leave that place because there is so much bullshit there and just so much nonsense. It's like, why am I wasting my breath here? Because it gets to the point where it has been to the point, probably since I've started working there, where I can't take a day off because if I do, I'll feel guilty. And yet everybody else is calling in sick, saying, hey, can you cover for me? I mean, I'm there almost 7 days a week. And then we had somebody quit. And so now I had to give up my weekends to be there. You know. And trust me, I've been looking for other jobs. But I started my business in hopes that it will eventually be what I do for a living. And starting today, I'm going to be doing some more advertising for it, putting out some blog posts. So if y'all just want to spread the word, and you know what, who knows? Maybe you send me something and I don't know how to do it. I'll just tell you, hey, this is out of my expertise. I do have a wide range. I mean, I worked at a newspaper. I know the standard formatting for like English papers. I was a psych major. I have a degree in psychology, so I know psychology formatting. I know newspaper formatting. I know manuscript formatting. I mean, it's just, a wide range. So that's my shameless plug for me for the week. Although I guess technically every week I'm plugging myself because I put out a video for people to watch. Yeah, it's whatever. So all of my friends, family, companions. Is my companion watching? Are you out there? Because if you are, I don't know it. Because I'm single as a Pringle. I'm fucking single as all hell. So thank you for sticking around for this. I know it wasn't too interesting of a video this week. For next Monday. Next Monday is supposed to be my first stitching and sound review. There's a chance it might not happen. It might need to be postponed a week. A chance. So if you don't see it pop up next Monday, don't freak out. I've got a lot of shit coming up, so I might not be able to get to it. However, just keep being amazing, let those fucks fly, and say no to acid. Bye, everybody.